Ilkay, you've had some wonderful days with this club, but how do you sum up this one?
Amazing. I mean, to play a final is always difficult. It's always, the odds are probably always 50-50 or at least close to it. I feel like we did well in the first half, but we could have done better. And I think the way we played in the second was amazing. We find the right spaces. I think Rodri and John especially, they made it amazing in the middle. And we scored one goal, and that was the difference in the second half. And obviously we're very happy about it.
13 seconds. Have you ever scored a goal quicker than that across your whole career? Can you remember?
No, I don't think so. Definitely not. I mean, the ball landed perfectly for me, and I hit it quite well, and obviously that was an amazing feeling.
Quickest goal ever in an FA Cup final. What was the key to coming back after the controversy, if you like, of the penalty?
I mean, it can always happen, you know, especially in the finals. These kind of situations can be decisive. And it was against us today. I haven't seen it again, so I don't know. I trust the referee now that he probably took the right decision. But I think we reacted quite well, as I said before, especially in the second half. We did it amazing. Could have even scored more. Didn't concede much, so I think we deserved it.
Now listen, this might be your last game in England for Manchester City, correct?
I don't know.
We'll see, but not a bad way to sign off. But now, of course, the treble. One more game to do something incredible. What would that represent?
It would be something that has been done just for the second time in the history. I mean, I try not to think about it now because it's another final, and obviously we're playing the finals to win them, and especially that one would feel even more special. You know, getting now for the second time into the final in 3 years is already, I think, a great achievement, and I feel like now we have to do it, and this is the target for next week.
Well done today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
They'll be favourites next week against Inter Milan, no question about that. Julian, he mentioned there Rodri and Stones. We talked about would Stones step into midfield. I think we got our answer in the second half as he's rampaging through the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, he's not inferior to any opposition, and obviously Pep sets up his teams and recognises weaknesses. And Stones, for me, throughout the season has been very impressive. But since he's stepped in there and it's ball recognised, he's been so comfortable. He doesn't just get in there and create space. He gets on the ball and he creates opportunities going forward. So he's not just a body in there to...
He demands it, doesn't he, when he's running in there?
He's so efficient.
He just Jolan, he just keeps the game going. Yeah. We're not seeing incisive passes. You know, a couple of them went out, you know, not too far in that, but he's in the right place just to take a little bit of heat off, get the ball, and then just feed it to one of the players. But then you look at what happened with Cancelo, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, they've got rid of Cancelo, and we didn't realise that they were going to move John Stones into this kind of situation, and he's just absolutely dominated the position. Brilliant.
What they all have come from the manager. They have such football intelligence. You're on about obviously their players gas to play in different roles. They are switched on upstairs. They do have that. They have the technique, they have the ability, they have the hunger, all that. They have the football intelligence to make the right decision at the right time. And that's why they're winning so many football matches. And what they also do with this team, we can praise them all day about their brilliance, but they do the hard yards. They work extremely hard. They won a couple there for the set piece. Even the first goal, it's a midfield runner running onto something, gambling. I see it all the time. Yeah, they play some brilliant football, but they do the hard yards.
And what would your assessment be of Rodri, knowing that position, if you like, so well?
An amazing player. Absolutely a brilliant player. Big, strong physical presence.
What is it? Anticipation, positioning?
A bit of everything. Again, a bit of everything. Anticipating where the ball's going to go, getting there, reading the game. Again, we saw towards the end there where United putting the ball in the pressure and but I think when it comes off the bar, and he's the first to react in there. He puts his body on the line, looks like a decent lad, always available for the ball, always available to play games, never seems to be injured, plays all the time, very, very consistent, a brilliant player.
I thought that Man United had no real control over the ball in and around the midfield, so you wasn't going to see a lot of pressure on that back four, but like, it's solid. It's a massive physical challenge for it, which they're very much ready to take on. Then you've got John Stones who can drop in there with Rodri.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, it's very comfortable. They kind of like negated
They created an overload in the
Yes,
second half,
exactly,
especially when
exactly.
Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne operated in the spaces in between the fullbacks. That made Cancelo and I think it was Eriksen at times had to go and sit in there.
Casemiro
Had to go and sit in their positions, and all of a sudden John Stones and Rodri got so much space they create play.
And by City standards, it was a bit of a scruffy goal, and I think an unnecessary goal starting here from United.
Oh, really, no. Fred's got him where he wants him. He's got his back to goal. And it's just height of stupidity. But we've seen that so many times over the years. And we've seen City do this, set piece before. They look for somebody on the edge of the box. He doesn't quite hit it cleanly. It's gone through bodies, but again, United have got to get a new goalkeeper. Need a world-class striker and a new goalkeeper. Need some other players, but strengthen them. But they need to go and get a goalkeeper and a world-class striker. I'm sick of saying it.
They need to at least get a goalkeeper. We've seen big mistakes from him this season. They need to at least get a goalkeeper that's going to push it, so that if he's going to make those mistakes, someone can come in and then they can have their turn, so as then they can see if they can be the number one. This is Manchester United. Manchester United without a proper number 9, Manchester United with a goalkeeper that we don't know when he might cost them.
Even though he won the Golden Gloves, which just seems a bit of a paradox. But I think you always say it's the minimisation of mistakes, which is the key to a very good goalkeeper. And he's made a lot of mistakes.
He's made a lot of mistakes. I'm not saying that that's directly, but like it's the kind of shot. It's bounced literally 3 times before he's got to. He's got a little fingertip to it, which says to me maybe his positioning for where the ball was going couldn't have been right in the first place. So you can always criticise a goal. You feel
top goalkeeper saves. Hey, that's the difference. We work with some top goalkeepers, and they can get you over the line in certain games. And that could have been the difference today. You expect your keeper to save that, and he didn't. And that's why we're seeing these celebrations. You need a for Man United. You need a world-class goalkeeper, and he isn't.
Well, if we talk about a spine of a team, which is so vital, the fact that you've talked about a world-class goalkeeper and a world-class centre-forward is 2 massive components of the spine, which is not yet there.
No, it's not there at United. And again, we saw it today, and we'll keep talking about it. We've talked about the last year or two. Obviously, Marcus has to come in, but I think his strength is probably coming in from the left. We're seeing lads coming off the bench. This is Man United. They're not good enough. I'm not saying they're all not good lads. They're probably decent lads, but they're not good enough for Man United. That's why they're losing these tight games, and that's why they'll be chasing Man City for the next few years unless they go and spend the money and get the players that Man United deserve.
I'm sure you know, but only Roy's Manchester United team in this country have ever won the treble. Are you ready for it, just in case?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't begrudge him. I think we know how hard it is. It's very, very difficult, but it'd be very difficult to stop City now. They've got everything you want in the team. Brilliant manager, brilliant players. They've got momentum. Yeah, and I can see them doing it. Unfortunately. You knew that was coming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you knew the question was coming too. However good you are, you cannot expect in this position every season, Manchester City. This is a seize the moment occasion, isn't it, if you're a City player? We may never be in this position again.
100%, yeah. Now you're down to the last game and it's kind of all on the line. You have to seize it. It's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't happen, but it's going to feel very disappointing now they've got to the final stages after we've talked about the treble for so long.
It would be the culmination of the Pep Guardiola journey, really. Yeah. It would have been if they'd only, in inverted commas, won the Champions League, because they've never won it. But to win it as the last step of the treble really would feel like it.
Yeah, and the thing is that for some reason people feel that Pep has to win the Champions League trophy to prove something. I don't know what it is when we know that he's won it before and he's won it with a great side Barcelona, but I think that the journey that they've had up to this point to get to where they are, it's been pretty fantastic, if I'm going to be totally honest. He's been amazing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even when think back to that Tottenham when he had to rally everybody again to get everybody back thinking on, and it's great management from him. And the boys have responded. You listen to Jack Grealish talking about he didn't dream like it would be this good, but this is where they are, so they're going to try and finish it off. It's exciting. I'm excited for them. Hopefully they can do it.
It's going to be incredibly exciting.
Especially for Lee Dixon. I think it's important.
He's going to be excited this week as well, isn't he?
He's a happy man.
He's a happy man. Thank you very much indeed, gents.